St. Louis suburb is recovering after a night of violence. Angry protest over a deadly police shooting led to looting and rioting in Ferguson, Missouri. 18-year-old Michael Brown died Saturday after a struggle with an officer. Brown was shot several times. Police say he was unarmed.
The Brown family believes the officer should be fired and arrested. Reports say the Browns have hired the same lawyer who represented the family of Trayvon Martin. Dean Reynolds is in St. Louis with the fallout. Dean, good morning.
Good morning. Well, the problem here is that the police and the local community remain at odds over exactly what happened on Saturday, and tensions remain high. A peaceful vigil and demonstration last night turned into rioting and looting of stores, including this one.
People broken in, they're looting the whole business.
A scene of chaos and destruction in the city of Ferguson, Missouri overnight. Looters smashed storefront windows and loaded up their cars with anything they could get their hands on. Tires were taken from this auto shop, and across the street, more looters cleared out a beauty supply store.
5 to 6 shots just now. Walmart has barricaded themselves, all the employees inside of the store, and looters are breaking in.
We need justice now!
The night of violence was in stark contrast to the peaceful demonstrations earlier in the day, sparked by the death of 18-year-old Michael Brown on Saturday.
He was nothing but a gentle giant. He wouldn't have harmed anyone.
He put his hands in the air.
Dorian Johnson said he was walking in the middle of the street with Brown when a Ferguson police officer drove up and told the men to get on the sidewalk. There was apparently a struggle between Brown and the officer. Johnson says the officer started choking Brown and tried pulling him into the police vehicle.
His weapon was drawn, and he said, "I'll shoot you," or "I'm going to shoot." And in the same moment, the first shot went off.
Witnesses claim the officer then got out of his patrol car and opened fire, while the unarmed teen ran away with his hands up. The victim's mother couldn't contain her emotion.
You took my son away from me. You know how hard it was for me to get him to stay in school and graduate. Now, the local NAACP has called for a meeting here later tonight to try to cool things off. The police just told us they made 32 arrests overnight, and at least a dozen stores were looted here.
A lot of looting going on, and now we are at yet another location that is being looted as we speak. Bobby Hughes in the Mazda Roadrunner is on scene, and he joins us now with what's happening. Bobby?
That's right, guys. Yeah, I was just at the sporting goods store and then looked behind me in the shopping centers. There's at least 3 more stores being looted at this point. We're seeing a lot of windows being smashed, people running out with clothing. I have noticed that a lot of these vehicles that are involved in this, a lot of the tags have been removed from those cars as these looters continue to go through these stores and carry out everything they can carry. Several clothing stores here, a tennis shoe store, a mobile store, just people running out with armloads of clothing, throwing it into any kind of car that's waiting on them. So no police presence in this area. They were just here just a few moments ago and left and went to another area, but people continue to loot along here at Lucas and Hunt and West Florissant.
Yeah, Bobby, is it a huge crowd of people? Because I can see several individuals coming out of a business right now. That looks like some sort of an electronics, no, clothing store looks like that young man is coming out of the store with an armful of clothing.
That's right. Yeah, it's DTLR is the store. It has those security chains on the front window, but all of a sudden everybody's run out to the car and has taken off from this area. I had one individual drive up and tell me, he said, "This makes no sense at all. Why are our people doing this?" And that's been the case up here this morning, is a lot of people just frowning on what's happening to some of the businesses in Florissant. We're right at 270 in Lucas and Hunt by the Home Depot. There's several different stores in this building here that police are trying to contain as they keep making rounds through here, checking for any broken into places they can find. But I personally have counted probably 10, 12 stores broken into, windows smashed in this area. But as you can see from the Mazda Roadrunner video, these individuals just diving right through that plate glass window, rushing in. In just a moment, you'll see people coming out with armloads of merchandise here. in this North County area. But just as Chris Higgins reported, it looks like it may be settling down. Some of the road traffic, some of the cars on the streets, the traffic seems to be dying down just a little bit. But as you're looking at video here, you can see that people are still looting these stores in this North County community.
All right, Bobby, thanks so much.
Looting and ransack. Hello. Wow. Let's go. Get it. Get it.
Start something with these kids out here. I wish you would. I wish you would start something with these babies out here. I dare you. You know my face. I know you know me. Revolutionary won't be televised.
They jumping in that motherfucker. Look at that motherfucker. Bring it in.
Here we go. Soon as he passed him.
Oh, he walked past him. He dipped over.
Got out of there, boy. No, he made him come over here, bro.
Go, nigga. Get off, nigga. Oh, he was on the floor. He was already on the ground, bro. Crazy.
Act me head.
Fuck, dog. Somebody got to ride to the work, dog.
Going on.
Yeah, good morning, guys. Yeah, they just moved across the street at a beauty supply place. I heard the glass break as I was up here, and people are running in and just running out with boxes of those hair extensions, anything else they can grab here. I've seen just children as young as probably 10 years old going in this store. So quite a chaotic scene here. Actually, pickup trucks pulled up as they continue to carry ice in this area here, this store. But no police on the scene, alarms going off, and they just seem to be moving from one store to another store here in this North County area of West Florissant Chambers.
Bobby, where exactly is this store in relation to Zisser Tire and Auto Service that was on Chambers and West Florissant?
That's just right across the street. It's on the northwest corner of the where the tire store was that was being looted. But I've seen a lot of people pulling up here, a lot of people coming up to watch that seem to be getting involved in this and then starting to take part in this looting.
Yeah, so it seems like this is a different group of people, or would you say these are the same individuals that were at Zisser's?
Well, there's a lot of people that are showing up. I see a lot of people with alcohol sitting on their cars. They seem to be rooting these people on as they go into these stores. Then some of those people will run over. I saw a car that had pulled up just next to me, and I pulled out of the area because this store was just right behind the Mazda Roadrunner. And as I pulled away, I noticed the people that were in the car next to me got out and started partaking in this looting. So I'm kind of moving around. I'm in a Walgreens